Hi there. Today we're going to be catching a long international flight on Etihad. We'll be catching an A350-1000, the newest A350 model, from New York's JFK to Abu Dhabi International. This flight was taken in the latter half of 2022. We have to arrive at JFK way too early. The flight is something like 10:55 tonight, and we're here mid-afternoon, and forgot to factor in that the check-in desk doesn't open. It's probably about an hour and 20 minutes until check-in opens. Okay, the marvels of video. So it's an hour later, and should be any moment now where check-in is open. Queues have started in economy class, and quite a few people are waiting. We are in business class, so we can skip a lot of the queuing here. Okay, it's just 5 minutes to 6, and the check-in is open for EY100 to Abu Dhabi.
I've done all the
The groundside experience here for Etihad is not brilliant. Significant queues for business class, and it looks like it's an outsourced arrangement, but not a great experience. So we're through the immigration formalities and TSA checks. It was a complete zoo. Completely disorganised, queues disappearing, no one really in control, just a complete mess. Anyway, that's behind us. Off to the lounge. It's quite a long walk down to the lounge area by the A gates. It's not crowded or anything though, so nice and easy after you get past all the shopping areas. So the Etihad lounge is closed, unfortunately. However, there is a lounge, so we're using the Virgin Atlantic Clubhouse, which is the first time for me, so let's try it out. I don't think I've ever tried a Virgin Atlantic Clubhouse, so this one at JFK is my first time. So let's see what it's all about. Frankly, I think I'd prefer it if Etihad had their own lounge. So this lounge is very crowded, maybe because they're piling a bunch of airlines into it. But eventually we found a quiet corner and settled down with a mimosa and a really nice dessert. I think this is a salted caramel. Very decadent. And followed up with a nice cheese plate. All meals are ordered through the app when you're in the lounge. And of course, as business class, are gratis.
Good evening, ladies and gentlemen. As the airlines is pleased to announce the departure flight of EY100 with service to Abu Dhabi. The final boarding of this flight is commenced to gate A4.
Unfortunately, with the terminal layout and being nighttime, I can't get any good shots of this magnificent machine, the A350-1000. But anyway, let's get aboard. That's the Emirates Lounge. It has a direct gangway access to the A380 most times. We weren't lucky enough to experience that, but most times it has it. Unfortunately, with Etihad, we have to go back out into the general area and go through a bit of a tedious process to get boarded.
Know your mask? Look at the camera.
Evening. DJI, yeah.
The same.
DJI.
Very nice. Straight to the left. Mark.
Straight to the left.
I'm
Thank you.
Marco.
Marco, nice to meet you.
Nice to meet you.
Behind you. Overall, the crew on this flight were excellent. Very friendly, very professional. Absolute pleasure to deal with. So we have these nice little enclosed cubicles for the business class seats, which are very nice. But they're nice and private. We have the door that can close. It's not fully enclosed, but it does give a sense of privacy. You can see by looking down into the seat that quite a bit of storage space around the seat, charging port, and nice lighting as well. So it all looks very modern and comfortable, and hopefully this will be a very comfortable 12+ hour flight. I like the lighting that they have in the seats here. This pattern is meant to emulate date palms or something in the desert. The dappled light is very nice. So everything's very nicely laid out here as we arrive. The amenity kit by Aqua di Parma, more on that later. Lots of storage, etc. So very, very comfortable. The A350-1000, being a really new plane, has all electronic controls for all the seats and all seems very intuitive, including like single button return to seating position, etc. So we're getting ready to take off. The flight attendants came with a pre-departure beverage. Also a nice feature of the seat here is the is the wireless charging pad. If your device is compatible, you can just place it there and have it charged without having to worry about all those cables. There's a regular 2-part fold-out meal tray, which slides out and then flips open. Gives you lots of working space. If you're working, you can even work on your laptop and have a meal at the same time, if that's your preferred way of working. The clip underneath is a little tricky. But one unique thing in the flight kit is what they call a snood, and a snood is a face mask that covers your, it's sort of like a polo neck that slides up and covers your face. Pretty nice and pretty practical. I won't model it now though. Seems like there's plenty of storage space as well, and if you're not using the wireless charger, you can actually plug your device in and store it at the same time, which is very, very handy on a long flight. A quick look at the flight kit for those of you that are into this sort of thing. All the usual amenities inside, including moisturiser, eye shades, etc. This one is from Aqua de Palma. It's a nice little pouch. If this is your thing, I think you'll like this one. I don't get too excited about it, but totally understand if it's your thing. Don't get me wrong, I just don't get excited about $5 worth of product on a $5,000 ticket. The in-flight entertainment system is available in English and Arabic. The selection seems to be quite extensive, or not as many as the Emirates selection, but still quite extensive. You can check out our reviews on Emirates to see the scope of entertainment available there. It's pretty wide. I always love checking out the maps on the IFE, and this one seems to be pretty good. You can twist around the map and look at it from another number of different angles, really get some good information on your flight. It's a touchscreen control, so you can get to a very granular view of where you are in the world at any time. So if not yet taken off, this is our view on the initial route we're taking out of JFK. So initial thoughts, I love the modernity of this A350-1000. All very modern and new and state-of-the-art. This is a night flight, so there won't be much in the way of scenery. We do see one of the competitors there, which is the A380 for Emirates, and a lovely machine. I really enjoy flying the A380 as well.
If you're seated in business, your shoulder strap is located in the top corner of your seat. To fasten, connect it to the pin next to the seatbelt buckle. To release, remove it from the pin and press on the buckle to unfasten. We recommend that you keep your seatbelt fastened at all times in case we encounter any unexpected turbulence. If emergency oxygen is required during the flight, masks will automatically drop.
I do also like the extra assurance you get having 4 engines. And that A380, I forget, is it the 747 that's the Queen of the Skies, or the A380? They're both magnificent machines. Of course, it's not stating the obvious, which is that the A380 is a double-decker plane, and the A350 is just a single deck. This is a view back of the business class section of the plane. It's quite large. There's I think about 60 odd business class seats here, each with their individual cabins. It's a 1-2-1 pattern. So if you're flying as a couple, there's some seats in the middle where you can have adjoining seats, and rows for single passengers down each side. The lighting on the A350 is very modern and subdued. It's very nice to fly here, very relaxing.
And hope you have a good flight.
أهلا بكم على متن رحلتنا لهذا اليوم. صحتكم وسلامتكم هما أهم أولوياتنا.
Of course, Etihad is a Middle East carrier, so announcements are in both English and Arabic.
إذا كنتم تجلسون في درجة الأعمال يتوفر حزام الكتف من الزاوية اليمنى.
And our flight today is halfway around the world. I think it's about 12 hours and 45 minutes from JFK to Abu Dhabi. So given time zones and flight time, etc., we should arrive in the evening, maybe around dusk in Abu Dhabi International. So it looks like we're on time and off we go. There's a competition again, the Emirates A380. I got to admit the ground experience on Emirates was much better than Etihad, and even the in-plane experience. I love those 380s. But the A350, it's also a very nice plane. So very smooth takeoff. About 20 minutes into the flight, we get a glass of wine, play a little Monopoly on their game board on the entertainment system, which is a nice feature, and then followed by an evening meal. I selected some of the Asian curries, and I got to say, absolutely excellent. To apologise about the quality of the video. Not much lighting on this overnight flight. Seared tuna to start off with, and then a lamb curry. Both are super tasty. A really poor quality video here, but the lamb was just phenomenal. Followed up by a pretty delicious panna cotta. Almost as good as mine. Just kidding. Okay, dinner is over. Let's have another look at this business class seat. I really like this light, with the dappled light that it gives. There's plenty of storage space with charging outlets in the storing space, so you can charge while you sleep. You see here I'm charging my DJI Pocket 2 charging case while I'm filming. There's a wireless charger there on the left as well, where my glass is sitting. There's this other remote control. I always struggle with these. They never seem to work quite right. But it's there if you're fully reclined and want to control your in-flight entertainment system. Each seat is a mini cabin, It has a sliding door that affords some privacy. It's not fully enclosed, but it does cut out passing traffic and other people nearby. But it's not completely private. Of course, it's a completely lie flat seat. So with that, we'll close the door and get some sleep. So we managed to get a good few hours sleep and woke up for breakfast about 2 hours outside Abu Dhabi. Very nice fresh cooked omelette, chicken sausage, English breakfast tea. Very nice spread. I do think the food on Etihad is pretty close to Emirates, so that's a pretty high standard.
Ladies and gentlemen, hope that you managed to get some rest and feel ready for the next part of your journey. Your wellness is our top priority, and we hope that you were able to experience that today. We have started our descent into Abu Dhabi.
Yeah, I know. I'm having breakfast tea. Local time, it's the evening, but that's international travel. Now that it's light, you can see around the cabin. It is very nice. And the mood lighting on the A350 is awesome. So it's evening, we're coming into Abu Dhabi over the desert.
Cabin crew, seats for arrival, please.
So it appears that all these 787s and large Etihad jets are just parked here. So I guess as of the filming of this, they're still not fully in service post-COVID.
Welcome to Abu Dhabi. The local time here is 6:45 in the evening. For your safety, please remain seated with your seatbelt securely fastened until the aircraft has stopped completely and the seatbelt sign is switched off. Please take care when opening or hand storage compartments and ensure that you have all your personal belongings with you as you leave the aircraft. Remember that smoking is not permitted until you are within designated smoking area of the airport. Thank you for choosing to fly with Etihad Airways, the national airline of the UAE.
Abu Dhabi is much smaller than Dubai, and after disembarkation, it takes no time to get through customs and everything. And before we know it, we're into a taxi and off to our hotel. So overall, comparing Emirates to Etihad and the whole experience, I think I still prefer Emirates on the A380, although the A350 is a very nice plane. The food is comparable. The on-ground experience on Etihad lacks a little, but generally I'd say Emirates. Please like and subscribe if you appreciate my content. Thank you very much.